So in any application, see, not in Salesforce only, or in any application you are using, there will be an some data security every application can need it. That is a essential one, because something should be seen by some people, and something we need to restrict from some user based on selection of the user. Like based on the selection of user, we need to show some set of the data or set of the permission he can do in that application. So then only it will called an perfectly built application. See, if that application are fully access to anyone, means there is no use of that application, because for maintaining data security and some of the privacy thing, should be included in the application, so that is called as perfect application. And some like adding data also, some user can add this data and he should have access for some object or some record. There will be an it will be a manner to use application. See, like as you see, some sales user role will be different and manager role will be different. Based on that, they need to be have some extra access, and sales rep should be have some less access. They can that can be managed using data security. See, data security is a major thing. Like as you know, data security is an essential part of every organization. Salesforce provides a strong security model to ensure the security. In Salesforce, the data security model is very high. See, there are many pillars that it will be. There are many pillars to be configure the like maintain the data security in the Salesforce. Based on those things, we can maintain the data security. In data security, there will be like after there will some parts are there. I will explain on that after completing this session. These are the steps. These are the steps where we will set a data security in our Salesforce. Then it comes to the there are a set of securities sharings of records we have, like set of security or sharing records in the Salesforce we can stay. By profile also we can maintain those things. Profile permission set. Now permission set will be play a role in this. Okay, sorry. So these are the sharing records in the Salesforce. There are 22 way we can share the records, like profile using profile permission set level object setting. Like in for the particular for giving a record access, we can set like CURD operations. See, CURD operation nothing but create, read, edit, and delete. These are the permission we can set for the record for a particular user or a particular profile or users. We can set profile permission set level object, view all and modify all we can maintain there. And profile level at profile level we can set a profile level system permission also. Organization wide default means like this is a thing where we can set for a record level it will be play and role, where we can set a at a object level it can play a role. Like we can set an private, no one can, only the owner of that record can we see those records, those things in organization wide default. This is also an security level in our Salesforce. So I will let you know. We will talk in briefly about this. Then it comes to the record owner. Based on record owner, those things can be view record sharings. These are the sharings. Using this we can share the record ownership, role hierarchy, teams. For these are the standard object where teams will be unrelated standard related, where we can set a particular team. Based on that, these account records and case and opportunity we can set sharing settings we can do. Only on these object teams will be there. Other than that, queue is nothing but an set of a user based on their priority. Like first user, second, in that queue there will be a set of user. Based on those user we can like for if there is a whichever user is first, right, first it will be assigned, or a set of particular queue it will be assigned. Assign the sharing settings we can assign. Sharing the record of those settings we can assign. Other than that, in Salesforce there will be a group. There in group there will be a set of user. Based on that we can assign the sharing record permission in Salesforce. Manager group, territory management. Previously also I mentioned. See, territory management is very important. It will ask in certification also. See, territory management is nothing but what is our present, like if we enable this territory management in our Salesforce, like whatever we have right now sharing setting which we set now, after enabling territory management for particular account or a opportunity, it will consider a content opportunity at the whichever object we done, right? Data management we enable or configure, right? It will be like whatever present sharing setting is there, expand that, we will get a sharing setting at a account. See, in account we can set a multiple sharing setting also. When it comes to opportunity, only single sharing setting we can do in opportunity. Those are the things. Sharing set will become sharing groups also will be there. Super user access. This is also one of the like way we can share a record. And when it comes to the manual sharing, manual also we can share the record. Programming using programmatic Apex sharing and visual force with Apex. See, in this we have some methods like with sharing, without sharing. There are some method using that we can share set of a records for an user. Implicate sharing, master detail relationship sharing. See, whoever they have the parent record in master relationship, we want to be same, like parent also same record owner and child also record owner. This master detail relationship will pair. Who will created master, that records can child records can be created by that owner only. That can be done. Account relationship sharing also it will be there. And role hierarchy, these are the 22 way we can external account hierarchy. These are the 22 way we can share a records in Salesforce. Now we will jump into our first of all in this topic. Here we are explaining on data security. As you know, data security is nothing but maintaining a security given access for a particular set of data to who, like maintaining a data security in this Salesforce. There are we have four types of pillars in Salesforce. We have a access is a many layered thing. In data security, we have a many layered thing for accessing a data. In that, there are four pillars. That one will be object using object level security. Also, we can give record level security. Also, we can provide. Then it comes to the field level permission. Field level permission means for a particular field we can give a permission. Then it comes to the organization level security. These are the four pillars where we will give an security in our Salesforce. Okay. See, if you want to give an object level security, see in security, you planning to set of object can be seen by set of user, or you want to give access for set of user this object permission to see or write, edit something, can be anything you want to see. Like a we created an application object, custom object, that you want to show some set of users and you want to restrict that set of user, that object should not be shown. Then how we need to configure, right? Using profile level and permission set, we can do those things for profile and permission set. That is once again I will repeat. In object, if you want to set an data security like security at an object level means using profile and permission set we can do. And one more thing, in that interview they will ask how many types of security we can maintain in Salesforce. Okay. Then we need to say four layer of security we can maintain in Salesforce, like object level, record level security, field level security, and organization level security. And they will ask like how many set of security levels are there in Salesforce. Then you need to say object level, record level security, field level security, and organization level OWD, organization wide default. Okay, these are the things. It's also called an organization level security. Organization level security and these are two different: organization level security and OWD. OWD is nothing but organization wide default. As you see, if you want to give an access for some object, or you want to restrict, if you want to set a security for object means profile level and profile level and permission set. Using permission set, you need to be given security for the object. See, in permission set, see permission sets are nothing but whatever we can do using these profile. Based on that, we can give more. Like presently, we are giving security using profile, but you want to give many more like extra permission. You want to give a extra permission, then you will go with the permission set. Permission set is a collection of settings and permissions. There will a separate set of permission will be there. And gives a permission that give user access to various tools and the function. Once again I will repeat, a permission set is a collection of settings and permission that gives user access to various tools and the functions. I will show how permission set will be. We will assign a permission set. Will show. Then it comes to the record level security, OWD. First, if you want to give a record level security means first will become OWD. Then a role hierarchy, based on role hierarchy we can set a. And next come a sharing, another sharing rule, like based on owner we can set a sharing rule. And then it comes to the criteria based sharing rule. I will show everything in my org, okay, how it will be set. And manual sharing and apex based sharing, okay. These are the four way where we can do using sharing rule we can share the record, and I showed you how those things will be work. And there is like a combination of OWD and object level permission, and modify all and view all permission on the profile we can give. Based on that, user will get an access for that data, like he can those set of like profile, there are profile in that profile there are some set of user, right? If we given modify all means they can at object level whatever the these things records are there, right? They right, they can edit those things, modify can be made. You all means all the record data, or sorry, at object what are the records, right? At a particular set of record, set of object, there are a object, and we given a view all permission at the profile level, then they can view the all. If we given enable that view all, then they that the set of user can view all the records in that object, that can be controlled by that. Modify all data and view all data in the profile, okay, that using also we can do. Like account teams, as I mentioned, there are like team will be in only that standard object, account, case and opportunity, account teams and opportunity teams and territory management. I explained there you in that slides. Field level security. See, field level security can be controlled at profile level, permission set and change layout and combination of profile and page layout. In organization level security, like IP address, login hours, password restrictions, we can set up at the organization level security. IP range, as I mentioned previously, only when we are setting profile. See, IP address we can control, based on that only user can have an login access for that user, that IP in that IP range. Login hours and password restriction, these type of those things can be done in organization level security. We will learn how to give, and we will one by one those four types are there, we'll learn how to give those things permission, okay. And I've given a steps, after completing after you completing this session, please follow these steps, so that will helpful for you to when you are. See, if I explain, that will be like you can, while seeing you can get some idea when you practice those things. See, in previously given notes also there are some steps also are there. If you are trying to do that even in your developer org, that will be helpful for you, okay. Here also are there, try to do it. If you get stuck anywhere, I am there to help you, okay. See, in object level access, permission in object level access, permission on the object are controlled by the profile level, okay. We can control the permission on the object, we can control by the profile level. Profile of the user controls create, like how we can control it. Profile level means create, read, write, delete. This operation is also called an CURD operation, also called an CURD operation. And CURD also, if you want to grant any extra set of permission to a specific user on that object, apart from the permission set user is getting through a profile when we have a permission set. See, so I will give a small example. Taken our application custom object, okay. We have given a permission set, we have a profile called custom standard user profile. We given a permission to the, in that profile is there, right? Custom standard user profile. In that we have a three users, and all three users have a permission to edit, delete, create, read that object application object records. Okay, but in that profile there are three users. For two user, they I want to show one extra field like data, like date field. When that not date field, that application is active or not. Okay, so that I want to show to only two users. I want to show for that in that profile there are three users, that only I want to show two users only that permission. Third ones I do not want to show him that field. Then we will use this permission set to give an extra permission. This profile set use profile permission set play role on giving an extra permission for an user. So here that thing will be play role. At a profile level, if we given any permission, okay, for a particular object records, all three user will be same thing, permission will be get, but we want to restrict to for one user, then permission set will come into picture. Okay, jump into our org and we will see how permission set will be created and how we can give application record access for that application object. And this thing also we can do, like now we are talking about object level permission. See, in that profile there is a three user. Take an example. Okay, in our profile, I will open profile. So we will open our profile. So we will open our custom standard profile. Yeah, here is our custom standard profile. Example take for understanding now object level security. Here you can see object level permissions. 1 second. See, here is a our applicant is there, right, of custom object. Presently these users have only read and create permission, this profile user. Now we have a in this profile we have a three users. Only two user can have these two set of permission. Third user you do not want to show him this create permission, you do not want to give him. Only two user can read and create, one user can only read those records in that object he can in that object he can only do read. Or if you want to give an to see that object for two user only and you want to restrict third user, then permission set will be play and role. Permission set, we will open our permission set, click on in I will tell once again, in quick find box search for the permission set. Permission set will be available. So after that click on after we will get an permission set button where we will click on permission set, click on the permission set. So permission set will be open where you these are the some standard permission which are created by the Salesforce. We can create a new permission set. So we need to give label our permission set like object level security. Okay, we will name that and we can give description for that permission set also. Then it will come to the session active required. Apply for this thing we will apply for the some only when user session meet specified criteria. When user is using, right, if we meet any criteria, then it will fire that this that time that this permission set will be fire. Then at last there will be a license for which license user you wanted to give this permission set, that will be assigned. Presently we will take for we have only one licenses like Salesforce. Salesforce licenses we have. So we will select our like sales user licenses, or we can leave this thing also, that will be override, no need of that, save that thing. So this is the way we will create a permission set. See, permission set is nothing but collection of a permission set, or we can collection of a permission set. Okay, or it will be plain our extra permission set also. Like how means as I mentioned previously, only profile level above the profile level also we can set this permission set, because if there are three user we wanted to show some access data or field for a two user, and third user we do not want to show, means this permission set will play role that time. Okay, like in the object like in permission set we can give an assigned for the application also, we can give an permission, assign contact the apps, like it will be an applications are there, right? For that also we can assign some permissions also. Then it comes to the object setting, here we can set an object permissions. app permissions, apex class and axis. For apex class is nothing but our classes, so where we will code classes, it name as a apex class where all the logic of development will be written. For that classes also we can set an permissions. And external data source, okay, for that also external data source means outside third party application data also we can maintain. Then it comes to the visual 4 page axis. We see in visual 4 page we will create a some set of pages to display record for that object. There also we can set like where also we can give some permission set, more like assign the permission, or we can restrict the permission there. Flow axis, for flow there are some lightning flows. There is a separate tools, automation tool. I will take that thing in future session. Then it comes to named credential axis. Credential, for set a permission to authenticate against the named credentials. Like we have some set of users, right? For that time also that will use custom permission. We can create for custom permission, custom metadata types. See, metadata types is one of the another like it's an content where we can give a separate set of fields, and we can hard code the data in that we can use in our coding, or we can like that time it will be used. And custom setting definitions. Then it comes to the system permission. In system permissions, some there are some it is depend on the, this is our application, right? In that we whatever things we wanted to show for the user, like allowing in, as I mentioned you, there is a flow, lightning flow. We want to give permission for a set of user to run that flow. That time there will be a run flow permission will be there, that if we enable, he can run that flow. Then like I have a custom profile user custom standard user profile, in which I have a 4 user. I wanted to give 2 user to run a flow which we created, lightning automation flow. He can run, but 2 user we cannot wanted to give them a to run the flow. Then using permission set, we'll create a permission set and we will enable this checkbox, and we will add those both of the user in our permission set. Then those user can run that lightning flow. And there is a run report, and there are some set of permissions we can do in our system. Okay, these are the things which comes under the system permissions. So then other than that, there will be a service provider, like it's up to system permission, main things will be used. Okay, this is about the permission set. And here are the steps to create a permission set. Okay, using this I mentioned there, using these things you can create a permission set also in your. Then it's come to the OWD. So this is in Salesforce also. In Salesforce interview, they will ask for fresher what OWD play role in, what it will play a role. So you need to say that it's an record accessing. Using this we can give record access, like record security settings can be maintained. What are the types of which are the types which will come under the OWD? Then you need to mention private, public read write, and public read write, public read write transfer, and public full access. These are the things. These are the 5 types which we can do using OWD. See, in private, first we will take in OWD private. Okay, OWD is nothing but organization wide default settings. Keep in mind, they will ask what organization default OWD, what it will play. So it's used for the record sharing, record permissions. For the record permission, it will be used. In that 5 types of permission, we like permissions we can have: private, public read write, public read with transfer, full access. Okay, we can do. In that, first private, if we define a OWD as a private at object, it can be given at an object level. If we given a account object as a private, only owner of that account can access the record and perform the read write and transfer operation on the record. See, account is there, we given a private on that on account, we given a private OWD has a private we given on the account. Then you can see only the owner of that record can have a permission to read, write, delete, and transfer the operation on the record. So user cannot see the record owned by other people. If the account record is owned by other people, means that record he cannot be seen. Like employee 1 is owner Sam, and employee 2 owner is Ram. Employee 3 owner is Kiran. Sam can see like He's created E01 record. Kiran can see E02, E03, sorry, E03 record only. And Sam cannot see Kiran record, Kiran cannot see Sam record. This is controlled by the private. When we give OWD as a public read, if we give an OWD as a public read for the account object, it will be defined OW as a public read. If we defined OWD as a public read, then every user can access every record of that object. All the user can have access for that object. And record for which we given user is owner, record for which given user is owner, he can perform read write transfer operation. And which do not have owner, that can, they can only do read operation on that record. They can see what are the things in that record, only they can see those things. Okay. And here is the example. Okay, Ram created E01 record. He can do everything, create, write, edit, transfer. But Sam and Kiran can view that, like read that record, Sam records. Okay, Ram, Kiran can read the Sam record. Okay, this is about the public read. Then it comes to the public read write. If we define OWD as a public read write on that object, all the user can see all the record from which we given user the owner, he can perform all like read write edit, read write, read edit delete transfer operation on them. Record from which the current user is not the owner, okay, on those record he can only perform the read write operation. He cannot transfer and delete. He can do read write permissions. Okay, he can edit the data also. Same example, if Sam created E01 record, he will have for all for the permission, but Ram, Kiran only, he can, though both user can read write those permission. Okay, then it comes to the public read write transfer. If OWD public read write transfer is available only for the lead and case object, keep in mind this can be applicable for only lead and case. We can do public read write and transfer. If you define OWD as a public read write transfer on lead or case object, all the user can access all the lead and case of that object. If the given user is owner of the record, he can perform all those things: read, write, delete, transfer operation. If given user is not the owner of the record, he can perform read, write, transfer. He can also perform same operation, but he cannot do delete of that records. Okay, here are the example, you can check. Then it can comes to the public full access. OWD of a public full access available only for the campaign object. It is for only campaign object. It cannot be done for any object. Okay. If we given OWD as a public access on campaign object, all of the user can perform read, write, delete, transfer on all the records. What are the like in campaign we can create like lead and contacts. For that they can do all the permission. All four permission can do. Okay, we can see that example. Now I will show where will be an where we will set an OWD in our org. You need in quick find box, search for the sharing set. Click, you will get sharing setting. Click on that. Yeah, in this sharing setting we can give a permission for that user, okay, on that object we can give a set of permissions. Now we will go with our custom object. Here is our applicant object. Presently it is a public read write. And you can see we have only private, public read only, public read write for this. Only three things we can do for this object. When it comes to the lead and case, we have one more thing: public read write and transfer. And here case also we have, you can see. And campaign there will be one more thing, will be controlled by lead or contact. In campaign we can link the lead and contact also. Okay, so we will go with our applicant object. So we will give private. If we given this as a private, the owner of that record can only see that, he can do a perform a read, delete, edit and transfer for that record. If he do not have access for that record, user is not owner of that record, right, he cannot do any, he cannot visible that record. Okay, if we given public read only, then that user can only who is the owner of that record, he can do all for performance. But who are the user who are not owner of that record, they can read. Same it comes to the read, right? Okay, And public read, write, and transfer is only available for lead and case. Keep in mind, they will ask in interview also. Public read or write, can we do it for account? You need to say no. Only we can do it for lead and contact. Okay, and then it comes to full access. Full access can only done at campaign level. In campaign is the object where we can link the lead and the contacts, where we have all the user can have all four permissions. Okay, this is about the OWD. And then it comes to the, these are the things like control by a parent. For example, I have a contact, account, and contact. Okay, we given a account, we have a account, and we have a contact. Account owner is different and contact owner is different, but user can see like a user can see account, but he cannot see an contact record. Then this control by parent will be come under place, come under role. Okay, when two objects are connected by master detail relationship, child object will not be own field, like he is not an owner of child. Whatever the OWD defined on the master object, same OWD applicable on the child also. Who is the owner of that parent account, right? Child account also, he will be owner. If he is not owner, that current user is not owner of that record, and he is trying to search for that record, if someone mentioned him, he will trying to search for the record, means he will not see that record. This is about the control by the parent, and this is a navigation where we can set that permissions. Now grant access using hierarchies. See in this, if we enable this option on the object, grant, if we enable this permission, like if we enable this option as a on the object, all the user who are standing above or you in the role hierarchy can access the all the records that are accessible to you and can perform read, write, and transfer. See, we have a manager and I have a sales rep. Okay, I have report to some manager, and manager have is under three sales rep who will report him. If we enabled it role hierarchy axis, all the records which they are created by his sales rep, manager can view those records, and he can edit, delete, and transfer. He can transfer to another sales rep. If first sales one, sales rep one, sales rep two, Salesforce rep. If say he can see all these three records, he can edit and delete the or transfer all the three users record. But sales rep one, he cannot able to close that record deal. Then he can transfer for the sales rep 2, that can be controlled by the manager. Okay, by default this operation option is enabled at all standard object, and we cannot disable it. Okay, you need to keep in mind this is option is enabled for all the standard object, and we cannot be disabled. On custom object, we need to enable or disable based on our choice. View all axis on the object for a profile. Here I will give one example, and it is personally asked me in interview also. See, I have a profile where we have a three users, and we have a particular set of profile, like consider I have profile 1, in that we have a three user, and on lead object we given a permission has a view all. Okay, and lead object is a private, lead object is a private. What is the thing that user can, they will ask, will sales rep 1, sales rep 2, sales rep 3, will you the view those all their records? They ask me, and it will also important to know about view all and modify all permission, how it will be play an extra role. Like as you see, lead is private, only the owner of that record can see those record. But at profile level we given a view all permission at a lead object level. Then if we given a view all permission at profile object level, right, profile, in that object we given a lead object, we given a view all, that OWD will be override, and all the user in that profile can view those record if they do not have a owner of that record. This thing will be asked in the, these types of thing question will be asked in the interview. This is the thing which I got, they asked me in interview while giving interview. Okay, that one thing. Then it comes to view all axis on the object profile. You see, if you enable this option for a profile, all the user with this profile can access all the records of that object irrespective of OWD. Here I mentioned that thing. That will be override. OWD permission will be override. If we given view all, it will be override that permission, and all the users in that profile can view all the records owned by those profile users, but they can only view. Okay? They cannot edit, modify. Okay, all user of this profile can perform read operation on the all the record of that object. These types of question will be asked in interview. Whenever we given at profile level view all or modify all, it will be override. Like it will not see that at a OWD level object we given a private only owner can. You will be confused because you will be not have like real time implementation. You do not have knowledge, but I will tell you it real time implementation also. At time when we given view all at profile level for that object, it will be override the OWD. Okay, keep in this mind. I think in every security question, if you get in Salesforce intro, this will be they will ask. Okay, keep in this mind. Okay. Same with the modify all access on the object for a profile. If we enable this option for a profile, all user with this profile can access all the record of this object irrespective of OWD. If we given modify all, then all the read, write, edit, delete permission will be enabled automatically. He can do all the things: read, write, delete, transfer. All the things will be enabled. Which are whichever the user are under that profile, right? They can all the permission they can do in that object records. Okay, this is about modify all. One more thing will become modify all data. This is a separate thing which it will come in profile. If we enable this option, all the user with the profile can access all the records of all the object, modify all data in the Salesforce, can perform read, write, edit, and transfer operation and all the records of entire database. View all and modify all will come at the object level. Modify all data, view all data, which will come under the organization level, and database. It will become under the database. Once again, I will explain you. View all and modify all, it will be on object. Modify all data, view all data, it will be an application level on our database level. Same here, you can see if you enable this operation, all the user with this profile can access all the records of all the object in the Salesforce, can perform read operation on the Salesforce of entire database. Now we will jump into our org and I will show you. In quick find box, search for a profile. Go to our custom standard profile, custom standard user profile. Now I will show you this thing override, how it will be override. Okay, this thing I will show you like data, how we can override the permissions. I will show that thing. Search for the modi, or yeah, it will become come under administrative permissions. Okay, modify all data, and there will be view all data will be there. One more thing, it will be there. If you enable this thing, that profile users, who are the profile user, regardless he can edit, delete, transfer that records in our organization. Okay, this is about modify all data. When view all and modify all, it will become under object level. Okay, so now it's a custom standard user profile. Now I will give him lead object. We will go with the lead object. Okay, lead object, we give him view all permission. I removed all the permission. If I click on view all, he can get an automatically, it will override the read only, read permission. When I modify all, click modify, all the permission like edit, delete, and read will become, but create will be not there. Okay, presently I will give modify only view all permission, and I will save this profile. How many users we have? Only one users I think we have in this. Yeah, sorry, 1 second, I will, 1 second, I will log in. I will log in. Once again, I will log into my org. Yeah, sorry guys, it's automatically it got this like close that application. Sorry for that. So I given view all permission, and at sharing setting OWD. Okay, we given a like lead object has a private lead. Yes. Okay. you got the picture now. Okay, now you need, they will ask you as a, like at a lead level we given a private for this object, OWD permission we given as a private, and we have a profile called custom standard profile, and in that object we given a lead has a view all permission. Then what thing will happen for the profile set, profile users, then you need to say who are the users are there in that profile. They can read the all the records, if they are irrespective they are owner or not, they can view all the record. Okay, this thing you need to mention for that interviewer. Okay, this is about the OWD, and we all modify all data and view all data. I shown you how you, where it will be there and how we need to enable that permissions. Then it's come to sharing. Okay, see, sharing is nothing but sharing rules are used for the grant extra permission on the record apart from the user is already setting through an OWD. Okay, if we give an OWD, assigned a OWD as a private, other than that we can give an permission based on like these things: owner based sharing rule, criteria based sharing rule, manual sharing rule, apex based sharing rule. Okay, these are the four types of sharing rules. They will ask what is sharing rules in Salesforce. You need to mention that sharing rules are used for the grant extra permission on the record apart from that user is already getting through OWD. Okay, from OWD your permission is private. If you want to give an read write to the user, other user or a group of user, then these things: criteria based sharing role, owner based sharing role, manual sharing rule, and apex based sharing rule will be come in that. Okay, using sharing rules we can grant access of read or write on the record. Only read write we can do. Owner based sharing rules: owner record which are owned by the user who belongs to given role or a sub role, public group, queue are shared with the user who have given role. Like if an user is particular user own the record, he is belong to some of the group, we can give a permission to all the group user to read and write for that user, or read only we can give. Example, a record which are owned by the user who has a HR manager role are shared with this user who belong to the role clerk with the read access, who is report him, right? We can give him as a read access or a role also. I will show how it will be work. I will show that. And criteria based sharing role: record which are meeting some criteria or a condition which will be shared to the user belong to role, sub role, public group, or with the read write access. All the opportunity who has stage name is close one, that can be stored to a sales manager with read access, that we can do. And then comes to manual sharing. There will be a button in our Salesforce or share. Based on that clicking we can share for a particular user also. And apex based sharing rule, these are the using programming, as I mentioned, with sharing, without sharing, those method we can do these things. Okay, now I will show in that in our or how we can give an manual sharing. We will show how we can do sharing rule. One, we will owner based sharing rule, criteria based sharing rule, and these things. And one more thing will be manual sharing, apex based sharing, and this one, criteria based, owner based sharing. Okay, manual sharing also I will show you. See, this is a account sharing role. Okay, in sharing setting after OWD there will be a sharing setting. In that I will go with the account sharing. Click on new. Based on record owner, here we will type in role based on record owner and based on criteria we can share the rule. So here I will take an example, like who are user in presently. Based on owner also we can share, and if he belongs to public group, that group will be seen. Owner is nothing but, say, if owner is belong to some group, there are some group in Salesforce that will be inbuilt. We'll create a group and we will add some set of particular user. If there is a owner in that group, means all the user can we can give read or write, read only or read write permission for it, all the group user. Okay, testing control. Now I will show how we can give criteria based sharing rule. Okay, then it should share to some set of particular group user. Okay, I will show what is group. Click in quick find box, click for the group. public group, click on public group. Click on new. We'll create a new group. So after that, we'll click on that group. We'll name that group public group. I will name it as a public group. Okay. After that, public. After that, we will assign a users. Now we have two users, Kiran and Kumar Advini. We have a two users for this group. Okay. I will save. Now I will assign a criteria based sharing rule. Okay. For that group. Now I will refresh to, because now only we created that group, right? That for that visibling we need to refresh that. We need to refresh the page. Once you refresh, we'll give a name. This is the label name, and we can give description also. Here are the type of rule based on select record owner. This is a, using this we can do owner based sharing rule, and this is a criteria based sharing rule. We will do criteria based sharing rule. Okay. There is a standard field called stage. If stage is equal to closed one, if stage is equal to closed one, these records should be means display to the public group, or you can assign role or sub roles. If manager is a sales rep, right? For that sales rep also we can give using roles and sub roles. Presently I will give for the public group, and we have public group called public, name is public, and I want to give them a, we can give two types of access, read only or read write. Only we can do these things, read only and read write. Okay, I will give them a read write permission. Okay, I will give and I will share. This is the thing. Based on this we can assign the records to that particular user, which in that object how many records are there that belong that those object have a permission, like, sorry, if that all the record may take whichever record may take condition like stage is equal to closed one, then all those record can be viewed by these two group user, like these two group these group user have, right? Kumar and Kiran can view those. You can read and write those record. This is about the criteria based sharing rule. Now it comes to the manual sharing rule. Okay, for that we need to add a button in our object. Go to the object manager, click on the search for quick find box, search for the opportunity, click on opportunity. Sorry, not edit fields. You need to go for page layouts. Take a standard any one page layout you take. Presently you are assigned with the opportunity layout only. Click on the mobile and lightning app application. There will be an sharing. There is a button, it will be added into our button. Okay, we will drag it after event, and we will save that record. And in app manager, search for the opportunities, click on opportunities. All opportunity. In list view, click on all opportunity. Open the one of the any record. Here will be an, one second, you will show that button. And then move to the page layout, and we will drag it to first only. Okay, opportunity, click on mobile. Okay, I will drag it first only. Okay, sharing setting, click on save. We will once again refresh our page. After that, here we'll open here. We can change the owner. This is also manual sharing. Based on this, sorry, I missed that. This is a change owner also. Using this also we can do manual sharing. We can set another owner for this record also. Okay, Kiran, and we can send notification him also, or we need to submit. That's it. it is also owner based sharing role, or it will be considered as a manual sharing also. Here we can sharing manually. This is about the sharing rules in Salesforce. When it comes to Apex, right, that can be controlled using programming language. There are two methods, like with sharing, without sharing. Okay. Now in comes to the teams, account teams. When we want to group of user to share the workload to the account and work on that forms account teams. Okay. If there are a set of particular records or a set of records, then we wanted to share a load on the group of user, means we will assign a team in our account. Okay. There is a account object, and in related list it will be an account teams where we will assign the users. I will show in opportunity. Okay, where we will set a teams also. In contact roles also we can do. We change that page layout, right? That's why account we cannot able to see. Now I will show. So here we will add that default page only. Record lightning record page, we will add default one. So we can see that related list also. Here we will add that related component where we will see all the related list. So I'm adding that related list in our object. Okay. We do not, we will need to add that related list also in our account page layout. Then account teams will be displayed. For that, we need to redirect to the account object. Okay. I will add that in related list. Okay. For that, you need to be click on branch icon. Then we need to edit object. It will directly redirect to that our object only, where in page layout we need to assign it in related list. In page layout, go to the account layout, click on related list. Here will be account history.